So I was out bow fishing the other night, and I had my nephew and his buddy with me, and we were the only boat on the lake. We were the only boat at the boat launch. There's no other people around. It's pitch black. These guys, just for fun, they're like, shut off the lights. Let's see how dark it is out here. So we shut off the lights, just, sort of funny, and it is pitch black. Well, there's steam coming off the water. We're kind of joking around a little bit. They're trying to make each other nervous, scaring each other of the dark. And I don't need any help. I'll be the first guy to admit, I get a little bit jittery in the dark. If I can't see something, I start getting nervous. So anyhow, we're bow fishing, right? We're cruising this bank real slow. We're 5 or 10 feet off the bank. The bank is sort of undercut and vertical from the waves in the lake, wash the bank away, and it's constantly falling in, so it's more or less vertical. And the bank is up higher than the deck of the boat, right? So this is the deck we're standing on here. So as we're cruising along next to this bank, the bank is like this high, and we're only maybe 10 feet off the bank. And we're cruising real slow because we're looking for fish. We're actually shooting fish with a bow and arrow. That's bow fishing. So it's dark, it's steam, the water is steaming, it's really creepy looking. It's like perfect horror movie weather. You couldn't ask for better conditions for a horror movie. And there is nobody else out there. And it's a big lake. So we're seeing some animals on the bank, which is kind of cool. We've seen a raccoon, see some beavers cruising in the water next to us. But we're cruising down this bank, and I hear this funny noise. And the two boys, they're I don't know that they're paying as much attention, or they didn't notice it the first time or two, I don't think. So I hear this funny noise. Like, man, what was... I didn't say anything to them. I hear it again a minute later. We're moving down this bank. And I said, boys, did you hear that noise? And yeah, I think I did. And so we continue down it. We can't tell where it's coming from. Like, is that up in the woods, or is that down here on the water somewhere? We're looking around everywhere. What was that noise? Cruise a little further, hear it again another minute later, and it's getting closer. We're getting closer to it. And we keep cruising. Like, that sounded sort of like a fawn, like a fawn bleat. And so now we're we're looking up on the bank, and we did see a deer, a ways back. But yeah, it could be a fawn, it's the right time of the year. We get a little closer to, or moving down the bank a little further here, hear it again. But this time it didn't sound like a fawn. And, again, it's dark and creepy. And one of them says what I'm thinking, like, that sounded like a kitten. Aren't there a lot of bobcats around here now? I said, yeah, there are. And that's kind of what I was thinking too. And then the other one jokes, what if it's a mountain lion? I'm like, no, that's funny, but, I don't, it's dark. So anyhow, we cruise down this bank a little further, hear it again. And it sounded like a kitten again. And I'm thinking, is there a bobcat kitten around here or something somewhere? And we pull up, we're going down this bank, and there's this bushy tree that hangs out in the water. And again, we're only maybe 10 feet off the bank, so this tree is leaning way out. And we go around this tree close enough that it's rubbing the side of the boat. And all at once, I hear this blood-curdling scream from inside the bush. The bush would be like right here, and I'm standing up on the front deck. Freaked me out. So I holler at them, holy shit, hold on, boys. I cram the motor in full power, whip it out into the middle of the lake, or toward the middle of the lake. We get out there about 20 or 30 yards, and I spin around like, what in the world was that noise? And they're both kind of freaking out because we're all making each other scared now. That's just me. I'm an adult, but... So we're out there, and the one boy, he's got his flashlight out, and he's shining around. I was like, it was in that bush. And I'm picturing like a mama bobcat with a baby, and she's going to come flying out of that bush in my face sort of thing, She probably won't kill me, but I'm already ugly enough, and she ain't going to do me no favors. That's what's going through my head, right away. And so we're out there, and we're looking with a flashlight, and we're looking around that bush, and all at once we see what made the noise. Check this out. You see it? Do your best not to get wet. Yeah, it's undercut there real bad.
Yeah.
And that tree is holding it together. Holding the bank together. Bring him over here. I want to see him.
Yeah, it is. Oh, he's shaking off on me. I appreciate that, little dude.
Look what we got. I'm making a movie. Little buck?
Female, yeah.
Is he a buck?
Yep.
Yep. All right, now take
You
him
have
up in there a
towels or
ways.
anything?
Well, yeah, use them rags you guys got.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good size one.
Yeah.
Is he shivering?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a little guy. He would never have gotten up that bank. That's,
No, it's
what is
so
that, 3
undercut
feet?
there.
And it's undercut where he was at.
Glad we did turn around though.
Oh, man. Yeah, he would have died for sure. I got more rags.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah, keep that camera going. I'll get more rags.
His name is going to be George.
I love taking him home.
If I float away, I'll pull myself back in. Don't worry about the boat.
Take your picture out. Take a camera picture. I don't know what that thing's called. Phone. He's a cute little feller.
I want to take him home, man.
Yeah, we did see that doe. She was probably
Yeah, she-
100 yards back that way. That could have been mommy. We'll just do a real good job drying them off as much as possible.
Yeah.
That one pretty wet.
And that's his first service in one big deer like that.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
seen
tiny
this
one.
little,
That
yeah.
is a little bitty one.
This was born yesterday, probably.
You might have a few days, but not many. Dry him off real good because it's going to get cold again tonight.
Well, more he cries, hopefully Mom won't cry.
Yeah, that probably is a good thing.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
That's what saved his life. I mean, really, if he wouldn't have been crying. That's all right. Keep drying him off. Keep rubbing.
Looks good, dude.
Got another rag.
Yep. Keep rubbing, keep drying.
Ain't it? Fella.
He is shivering.
Yeah.
You don't know how bad I want to take a thing home. I'm always gonna
Be like, what's that guy's name?
Get up in his, like, up under his belly and everything real good.
With the cars, Jay Leno. Is that him?
Yeah, Jay Leno.
I'd put him in there with the cows.
Just keep him in your living room.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll even make it, to be honest. That mom-
Yeah, if mommy's around here close.
If he keeps crying.
Yep. Drying him off is really, that's gonna be his best bet.
Stays cold.
Yeah, it looks like he's still wet around his rear end.
Yeah.
You'll suck on your finger.
Yeah.
That's not
Why?
get
Get diseases?
smell or something.
Yeah.
Probably bad.
Yeah,
Rubbing on my this.
Well, yes and no. I mean, soaking wet like that, as cold as it is tonight.
I'm getting close to that thing.
Yeah, go now. If you're done with him, once you get done with him, take him way up in the woods. Not well,
Yeah, well, pretty good
you know,
ways.
30 or 40 yards would not be a bad thing. right.
Yeah.
You didn't bring him back, did you?
No.
Yeah. Did he lay down or did he take off?
He
He laid right down.
shivering.
You think he's hiding?
Hope so.
Yeah. Good job, man. Well, I think that was about one of the most coolest experiences that I've had on the water. I mean, I've had a lot of memorable experiences. Most of them ain't good. You know, normally it's like, oh, you remember that time we, blew that engine up? Or you remember that time that the boat wouldn't start? And you remember that time we towed that guy in? Normally you don't remember, really cool things, but this is going to be one of them. I told them boys after the fact, like, I've been on the water a lot and I have never done something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sort of some things to consider. There's going to be people that are going to say, you never should have touched that baby. You put so much scent on it when you were drying it off. You should have, you shouldn't have touched it. You should have left it in there. Well, yeah, that's one way to look at it. That you really never should touch a baby out in the wild. You should never put your hands on one. You're going to put scent on it and that might cause some distress for the mother. She might abandon that baby, but let's be real here, right? That baby was in that water for I don't know how long. When them boys got it out of the water, you could tell it wanted to stand, so it hadn't been in there that long, but it was very cold that night, and you couldn't tell it, but we were all wearing sweatshirts, and when we left the lake, we were really cold. We had the heat on high the whole ride home. I think it got down to like high 40s that night. So that baby being soaking wet, if we didn't dry it off, it would have surely become hypothermic and died. So for one, yes, we handled it barehanded. We got it up out of the water. It would have never gotten out of that water by itself. It would have laid there and drowned. Eventually it would have become so tired that it would have drowned. I firmly believe that. It was not coming out of that lake. It would have died in the water. Two, yep, we handled it with those rags. We dried it off as best we could, and it was pretty dry when we got done. So yeah, we rubbed a bunch of scent all over it, but odds are Mommy was standing right there, and she was probably standing there in the dark watching the whole thing go down, and just wasn't coming up there by us at the time. But I'll bet you when we left, Mommy went and checked on her baby, and hopefully baby got a warm drink and, got herself warmed back up a little bit. I feel like we did the best thing for that baby that we could have done that night. Yeah, we handled a baby. We interfered with wildlife. You never should do that. You should let nature run its course. But, we got hearts. We're not going to let that little baby die if we can help it. The boys said when they put the baby up there that it laid right down. It got real quiet. So I'm sure Mommy was watching the whole thing, because I see a lot of fawns around here, around the hayfields and stuff. We got a lot of deer around home. And I run into fawns a lot, and whenever I see fawns, 9 times out of 10, if I walk up on a fawn within a couple of feet, because when they're teeny tiny, you can look around, Mommy is right there. Mommy's maybe 80 or 100 yards away. She's watching you. She don't come in and make a fuss because she don't want to put herself in danger. But so I firmly believe that Mommy was there that night in the dark, standing there, and when we went away, she came in, checked on her baby. We did the best thing we could for that baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a comment. Do me a favor and share this. That really helps me. Comments, sharing this, subscribe if you liked it. You never know what I'll get into in the shop or out on the lake or, Anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this, help me out. I appreciate it. Until the next time, keep on tinkering.